I just think that the education system needs to be revamped. It needs to be buffed. Like there has to be schools in the DR have to be more strict with the way that they educate, and the way that uh they what's the word? The way that they educate, and to be transparent about it, to be transparent about the curriculum, be transparent about the grades, uh and things like that. Because and you see this and you see this in Asian countries, but what Asian you see this a lot in Asian countries. What a lot of them do is that they basically have a they have like they have like a list, right? The grades of the students are publicly posted uh for everyone in the school to see, right? So if you have a classroom of 50 students, uh there is a list from first to 50th place based on score level, right? So if all the students take an exam, all their grades are posted publicly, right? It's not like in the US, right? Where everyone takes a test, and then the teacher calls you over, come here, Johnny, come here to see what you got, right? Calls over the students, and then you get to take a peek. No, you don't even take a peek, right? They tell you what grade you got, right? And then you sit down, and then the other student comes, and then right? But that's stupid. What I'm speaking about, what I'm suggesting is grades to be publicly posted so you can see who is doing well and who is not doing well. Because if you don't do that, it makes it hurts all the students, okay? Because the good students get no reward. They're not incentivized to do well. And then the students who are do poorly, they have no reason to um do well, right? Because there is, like, and I'm pretty sure that the schools in the DR, they push people into the next grade, like in some cases. Like, I'm not 100% sure, because we don't have the statistics, right? So I would like to see those statistics. But you just have, like, students being pushed up, and they're not prepared. Like, they don't have the right education. So, like, I want to get rid of that whole concept, you know and switch to a more Asian system of, you know handing of transparency in terms of grades, right? Because I think that is an affordable low cost way to get students to perform better. Because if, like I said, if you have a classroom of like 50, 30 students, and you got all these students in last place, that's embarrassing. Like, that's embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. That that will definitely have an effect on how they behave, and how they, and in the reverse, right? Like, if you have students, who do really well, right? You know, they should get rewarded. Like, they should be the first top picks for all the best schools, all the best universities, like this is common sense to me. Like I don't understand why this is not like like I said, I agree 100% with what she said about the education. It's just not it's not up to my standard. It's not up to our standard. It's pathetic, right? Um so, you know, it's the way that the DR is doing so many things is so stupid. Uh and pointing that out is not a bad thing. Pointing out all the stupid things that the DR does, uh, that some Dominicans do, is perfectly okay. That is perfectly fine. Especially if you're Dominican. Uh, I would say the problem that I see with a lot of people, who are not Dominican, is that they like they focus, or they focus on things that are insignificant. um you know they focus on things that are insignificant, things that are irrelevant. They make up lies about the country. Like that's ridiculous. Like that I don't tolerate. But pointing out things that are actual issues in the country, like the education system and the lack of transparency, and and just the joke of a system that it is, I have no issue pointing that out, right? You know, and and congratulations to her. She did amazing. You know, uh, I hope that she gets a lot of success and recognition, and that she uses her influence to actually, you know, maybe try to talk about some of the things that I just mentioned, to improve the education system, not just for women, not just for kids, but for every Dominican. Um, because, you know, I think I think that would be a very uh important investment, and like I mentioned, it doesn't have to we don't have to keep throwing money at these schools. If you just find ways to incentivize students to do better, to perform, to compete, you'll find that you know uh nobody's none of the students are gonna want to be at the bottom of that list. None of the students are gonna want to have those low grades. Okay, and you also need to have, I think we do have a special education you know program for the schools. I'm pretty sure that that exists. um I guess what I would say on that is, uh you know just have a more rigorous selection system, so that those students that do need the extra help are put in those classes. Because you can't have a situation where these students who need extra help are disturbing, like, the rest of the class. Like, like you see that in America, right? Like, it's just like it just ruins the quality of the education system for everyone involved, right? So definitely, make some improvements in that aspect of the education system. Um, and I guess, you can add like a class about taxes or, you know, um, taxes or credit or stuff like that, like these life um things that you need to know, as an adult to succeed in life, ethics classes, stuff like that. Like that would be nice too.